Good evening, everyone. And just let me check whether we are live or not. So, yes, we are. Welcome to the session on learning English through context on this YouTube channel of Unacademy. And today we are here to discuss about various tips and strategies not specifically related to any, module, listening, speaking, reading, writing, but a general way of improving upon English and how we can, as a result, improve the other aspects of, and master the other aspects of IELTS. So we are starting with our motto, that's let's crack it. And I would like all my people who are watching me right now to pour in your comments and suggestions and feedback, and also share your fears and inhibitions so that we can discuss upon it. And let's have a very interactive class. Okay, and the moment you come, you can just write a hello or a hi so that you mark your attendance as well. Okay, so to begin with, I'm having a special class. I'll be taking a special class on Unacademy app on Sunday, 15 December from 12 to 1. The topic is, are vocabulary and cue cards important? Okay, and it will be followed by a capsule course on reading. I'm starting a capsule course. Hi, Nikhil. Okay, I'm starting a capsule course from 16 to 20th December, 6 to 7:30, and duration of each class is just 1.5 hours. And within 5 days, we are going to cover all these topics: how to familiarize ourselves with the paragraph, mapping the passage, answering the reading questions, the tricks and the examples. Hi, Tanu. Hi, welcome to the class. And okay, and then how to attempt the entire passage, followed by the doubt clearing session. And I'm just waiting for a few more learners to join, and so that we talk about what are the tips and strategies. This is what is my target for today: how to learn, practice, and master English through context. So sometimes we look for some specific books. Yes, we need them for a blueprint, for a technique. Okay, this is the kind of question which will be there in the IELTS. But what about the base? How to strengthen the roots? Us decorating at the top won't work. So we have to work on roots. So today we are going to practice, learn, and master English. Okay? How contextual usage can be there. And before I begin, I want people who are watching right now to just tell me, make me know how they practice English. Come on, I'm waiting for the comments. So, how do you practice English? What are the tips and strategies you people follow? So it will also give me an idea how to, how you people, are you going on a right path, or do you need any amendments? Thank you, Nikhil. Thank you so much for the good words. So yes, quickly come up. How do you practice English? Is it like reading IELTS papers, practicing them? It's very common. Yes, Tanu, come up with how you go about it. Tanu, absolutely right. Yes, absolutely right. But I want your feedback, your point of view. What strategies you follow apart from reading the books, reading the papers for IELTS? What else do you do to practice, to master? Yes, I'm waiting. Okay, yeah, wait, we'll join as new learners join. We'll keep on reading their comments side by side. Great. So, when we talk about how do we learn English through context. So there are different aspects to it, okay? Now, before I move ahead, we must also understand what are the components of a speaking test in particular. The components of speaking test would be you need fluency and coherence, 25%. You need good vocabulary, 25%. Grammar is of 25% and pronunciation is of 25%. So the weightage is 25%, right? Tanu says, I speak with my friend in English. That's an excellent strategy, I must say. Very good. And just keep on doing that. But one drawback in this strategy is, Tanu, obviously it's very good and you should continue doing it. But one drawback is that if both of you have wrong concept, then it might not get clarified, right? But yes, if you're doing it, keep on doing it. It's one good way because English is all about practice, you know. We have to, what do you, first of all, before I begin, what do we understand by context? When we are saying I'm learning English is context, through context, or within an environment, what is that? We are creating an environment just as we have received while we were learning our mother tongues. No formal education was given to us to learn our mother tongue, right? That context was created. Hello, Praveen. Ma'am, you're also there. Great. So, right now we're talking about how to learn English through context. So, as we have learned our mother tongue, we never became very, formal about learning it. No emphasis was given to us to learn or imbibe the words. How did we pick up the words? When we listened to our parents, when we heard different conversations going on, we came across with some papers and everything. So the point is, if you want to learn a language, you have to immerse in that environment. And in order to immerse, you need to create that environment which is worth immersing for, right? So, we're going to talk about different tips and strategies of how that environment can be created, how we can formally and deliberately do things which look very simple, very basic, but using those simple resources to have the best of everything. To start with, this is one of my favorite aspect, lyrics training. Now we all, listen to new songs. Absolutely right. Tanu says that good grammar is significant role play in speaking. Okay, Tanu, I would like to correct this. Good grammar plays a significant role in speaking. Okay, but I love the way you are commenting because it really shows how confident you are as a person, and confidence is very important. If you have to clear IELTS, you have to be confident about yourself. You have to be confident about all four skills. Okay, and then you can do wonders. Now, the first trick, the first strategy I would like to focus on is lyrics training. We all learn songs, we all like music. Now, in this, dedicate yourself to some English songs because our target language is English. So, all our activities will be targeted towards English language, right? So, choose your favorite singer. If you don't want to choose a favorite singer, choose your favorite yawner. You like slow songs, fast beat numbers, whatever kind. Listen to them. Write down the words which you feel are difficult or you need not understand. When you are listening to songs, you're learning new words, you're learning new phrases. Okay? For example, this one famous song, Smile. Smile, a never-lasting smile. A smile can make you near to me. The words have been tied up together. So what is happening when I'm listening to those songs? They're helping me with sentence stresses, where to stress. I'm learning that. Why? Because I'm listening to a native speaker. I'm listening to a person who has sung the song whose native language is English. So the sentence stresses, okay? And then, how the words are linked, where to raise my tone, where to bring it down, intonations, all aspects of pronunciation which you will be tested on in the IELTS speaking test, they are discussed. Okay, so this is how listening to songs and writing their lyrics will help us. And one more interactive exercise you can do, which I have also practiced a lot. Listen to your song, try to take a printout of it, erase some sentences, and then when you listen again, try to fill in. So you are giving yourself a listening practice. Okay, that was also you can do. You can take out new songs, take out a printout of the lyrics, and try to listen and fill those gaps in one or maximum two counts. So that ways you are practicing pronunciation, listening, and you're also enjoying the music. And when you are listening to that, this is indirectly also allowing our brain to think about the grammar and vocab in a very engaging manner. So that's the way you can go about. Okay, now let's understand the second aspect of how we can learn English through context. Surrounding yourself with English speakers, just as right now Tanu had said that she practices speaking English with a friend. That's absolutely wonderful strategy. But what I pointed out was that there might be a lot of scope of errors. So try to find a partner, a speaking partner who is a native speaker. Even if he or she isn't, that's perfectly fine. You people can always refer to grammar books. You can always refer to some source material. You can always write your conversations and dialogues and get it checked by your teachers. So when you're speaking to English native speakers, the chances of errors lessen. I'm not saying they would be proficient in grammar, because grammar is a challenge even for the native English speakers. So because as we are proficient in our mother tongue, but we might get stuck in grammar if rules be asked. But they are, we are able to speak spontaneously because we have learned, we have absorbed it from our environment. We have never deliberately learned it. Same goes with the native speakers, right? So when we speak with the native speakers, we speak to the native speakers. That's one way. Second, go start socializing. Now, yes, I'm asking you to go out of your house, socialize, go to social events wherein you are able to interact with people of all kinds, like minded people. You can go to book fairs, interact with the people who are on the stall. Yes, it works. Go to McDonald's, for example, you converse there in English. These little practices make you more aware about what you're speaking and how you're speaking, and these little instances give you that confidence to boost up your morale, right? uh, you go for book fairs, you go for book launches. There are so many seminars which are organized. Some are free, some are chargeable. Go and watch theater plays which are organized. These days, a lot of theater plays, theater has taken a front seat nowadays, and a lot of theater is available. Go and watch that. So when you're listening to theaters, when you're watching to those performances, when you are able to understand and feel those dialogues, again you are listening to a lot of English, you are commenting, you are talking to to others about it. Okay. And hi, B Singh. Welcome to the class. It's going well. And we are talking about how we can learn English through context. So I'm giving some tips which, sorry, which are suited to everyone. People like us who don't like to sit at home and study through a book. That's so monotonous. That we require just for clearing, for the sense of understanding what's the blueprint or the pattern of IELTS. But these are some basic lifestyle habits which we can inculcate in ourselves and improve upon our English. So, That's very good, B. Singh. If you watch movies with subtitles, that's excellent strategy. Good job. So right now I'm talking about that how you can find out different social events which are organized near your place, near your, campus zones, college areas. A lot of book launches are there, and go meet to with meet new people, interact with them. So this is how you are building your confidence. You're getting a chance to converse in English, and somehow your brain also absorbs how to the ways of interacting. If you see someone speaking really well, using expressions, so your body would also like to adapt, and next time it would also perform that. So that's one very good strategy. And then try searching for expat blogs. What are expat blogs? Expat is the short form of expatriates. So the people who are living outside, okay, uh, people who are of English regions, English native speakers, but they're living near your place, or you can meet them as well, and you can also. Um, one second, there is something. Ye- Okay, fine. Yes. So, okay. So we have two questions with us. B Singh says, how can we remove shyness in speaking? Well, B Singh, right now, this is what I was talking about. When you socialize yourself, when you step out, listen, if you're at home and if you read even 10 books of IELTS, you cannot gain that confidence when you go out in the world and interact, you look eye into eye. Okay, imagine I'm standing in front of you and I'm talking to you by looking you into the eye, though right now I'm looking into the webcam. But the point is, you only gain confidence when you go out, when you step out of your comfort zone. So you need to step out. This is one basic thing people do not keep sense of. They don't give that much importance to it. Yes, Mrs. Praveen Arya, I'll just address to your question after I finish addressing to B Singh's question. So that is why I said meet up for a chat, talk to people, socialize in the events. Imagine you are at a book launch scene, you witness that event for 1 hour, you listen to the speakers telling about their books. There's always one narrator, there is always one anchor. You listen to them, you watch them that, okay, this is the person, he's anchoring this way, he has such and such personality. You are imbibing that. And then after the book launch, you can ask questions from the author because that's very nice area. You can talk, that liberty is there. You can talk to different people about you know that's environment which provides you the opportunity to interact with so many like-minded people. And then this is how you develop your social circle, right? Okay. And then the next one, convince your friends to talk to you on a topic in English. So convince your friends that yes, they need to talk to you on English. Now, Mrs. Praveen Arya is asking a question. She says, Indians, when they talk in English language, they are very much conscious about grammar. But another people whose mother tongue is English, they are hardly use true grammar. Ma'am, you're absolutely right that Indians are very much conscious about grammar. Why? Because it's not our native language. For example, if let's say example, my native language is Punjabi or Hindi or Uriya or Assamese, being an Indian, or Haryanvi, I might not think about grammar. Why? Because I have already learnt it indirectly, unconsciously, informally in my context. So, this is the topic of the class today, how we learn English through context. We always learn English through a medium, considering it to be a specific language, or considering it to be a subject, right? We create those zones. Arya Yuvaud Ghosh is also online. Hello. Bhuvesh, I'm good. Bhuvesh, how are you? And it's great to have so many people live, and you can all ask your questions. And right now, I was discussing what Mrs. Praveen Arya said. We were talking about that the point is we need to create an environment like we have received. in case of our mother tongues, we were never formal about grammar. We just picked it up. We never thought we are using a noun, we are using a pronoun, or we are using an adjective. These things came later on, okay? And therefore, uh, when we want to learn English, we have to provide that same environment to English. And when we provide that same environment to English, we are able to learn English in that manner. B Singh is asking me, what is your favorite part of the language? What do you like the most? And do you read books? Yes, I have recently finished two books by Amish Tripathi. He writes some wonderful books. One was Thank you for asking. Okay, Bhuvesh, what did I ask? Okay. So one was kind of Ikshwaku and the second one was Sita, and now I'm planning to start Ikigai. That's a famous Japanese book on lifestyle living. Yes, I do like to read books. And okay, now the next thing I'm going to tell you is what's trending on YouTube. Now, all the strategies which I'm going to discuss today are related to what we all do in our free times. What do? We browse net, we browse Facebook, we browse WhatsApp. So I have picked up the strategies from there and then and how we can utilize that. Now, did you know that when click on the YouTube address bar, when you search, you can change the country. Yes, you change the country, write some English speaking country's name, any country of your choice, and then watch different video every day. So when you're going there, when you're clicking the name, okay, writing the name of English speaking country and you're watching a new YouTube video every day, what are you doing? You're giving yourself exposure to different kind of language, different kinds of accents, different kinds of tones and pronunciations, right? So this is a very good exposure to genuine native English speakers. There's no recording, there's no specific IELTS audio test going on. You're just listening in informally and you have pool of resources, right? And one more thing, when you are taking the IELTS listening test, so I'm trying to relate each strategy with the one of the skills of the IELTS. So when you're taking the IELTS listening test, there are people from any English speaking country. So when you are watching the YouTubes on YouTube, videos on YouTube in English, and that too of any English speaking country, you are providing yourself with that good opportunity to practice listening to different kinds of accents. So that's the best part about finding out what's trending on YouTube in that particular country. And then you can also practice your writing by leaving some comments, because what happens, some people are very fond of commenting. You have to inculcate that habit in yourself, develop that. Write comments, interact with other viewers. That is one sign of gaining confidence. Yes, Bising, you were asking me about that, how to gain confidence. Okay. And finally, there would be some words which you won't understand. Note them down. Make your own vocabulary log. Carry little booklet with you. And if you feel like it's difficult, you have notes in your Google Notes. You can download one app. You can download or you can use the notes which are there in your phone. You know, write down those words, make a list, difficult words, and every day, the moment you come across a word, list it down. Find the meaning from the dictionary, copy paste it in your notes. You are creating your own dictionary. You get that confidence that, okay, today I learned three new words. Today I learned one new word or two new words from after watching so and so video on YouTube. So, this is how you are developing your vocabulary. One, you're improving your pronunciation. Two, you are practicing for your IELTS listening test. So many things going on all together. Isn't that amazing? And that too by watching YouTube videos. Next strategy, becoming a movie star. How to do that? Download the script of your favorite movie or any movie you like, but obviously the movie needs to be an English movie or a movie which is dubbed into English. That will also work to start with. And then role play one of the characters. Yes, trust me, it works. You gain confidence if you I'm waiting for some more and more comments. So I just want you to keep on commenting and telling your own strategies also, and sharing your fears so that I can address. If you have any question related to IELTS, we can discuss upon that also. So right now we are talking about how you can become a movie star and practice for IELTS. Download the script, role play as one of the characters, and you can do it individually. Solo acting can be done, or with few other people. If you have a group of friends who are preparing for IELTS, have one day, practice that script, practice that role play. What are you doing while you're doing it? You focus where to give the stresses, where the actors have focused on intonation, and try to copy that. Why? Thank you, Praveen. Praveen is liking the ideas, and I hope you clear our IELTS very soon, Praveen. All the best to you. Okay? And pay attention to the stress, intonation of the actors, and copy it. So you are also picking up new words and phrases from those actors. Again, if you don't understand, look up for the word or a phrase and put it where? In your vocabulary notes or log, which I just told you how to create in your phone. So the moment you come across a difficult word, save it in your notes, find the meaning, and then before sleeping at night, just revise to the words, and then you will recall that, okay, I heard this word at this moment during the day. So you are learning your vocabulary in context. And what is the topic? Learning English through context. So when you remember, recall that, okay, this is the word which was in so and so sentence, or this actor used this word, okay, in his dialogues. So that way you will be able to understand the meaning also. And this is one way to improve your confidence. Now, the next idea is write reviews of the movies. For writing reviews, you need to be little proficient, but it's never too late to start. So you can start by reading the reviews of the movies. Read reviews of any movies, but the review should be in English. So when you're reading and when you are practicing that, when you are writing again, so you are going up the ladder of the skills. First you are listening and watching the movie, then you are reading the reviews, and then you are writing it yourself. So that's one way of again developing the grammar, vocab, and everything. Okay, Praveen says that, ma'am, I stand in front of mirror and practice. It helps to improve confidence. That's wonderful. That's one wonderful strategy. And I always tell my students, when you stand in front of mirror, you are actually able to visualize yourself, see yourself, and you can also correct your posture. You can see that how you're talking, how you're speaking. And when you speak, try to speak with your face also. Give a smile in between, be charming and comfortable. That provides comfort to the other person also. And moreover, when you whether you have drooping shoulders or you're standing straight upright, so all these basic aspects of personality can be corrected by looking into the mirror and practicing English. So well done, Praveen. That's a wonderful technique you're following, and keep it up. So the next we talk about is magazines and newspapers. Yes, these look that, okay, everyone asks to read newspapers and magazines, but the point is nobody asks. I'm not asking you to read the whole paper. I'm not at all asking you to read the whole magazine. Choose any page, any section you like. My favorite is editorials. Why? Because they are point of view of someone on some good important topic, and moreover, one more reason I like, they have some good enriching vocabularies. Okay, so what happens when you're reading papers? You find new words, and nowadays, Hindustan Times and Times of India, they have started giving difficult words each day with their etymologies, with their meanings, synonyms, antonyms, and their usage also. So that ways, if you just cut and keep them in your scrapbooks also, that's one way to develop the vocabulary. But otherwise, if you're reading any section of the newspapers, try to understand the meaning through context. Yes, We all have so much intelligence. Our brain has those connected wires that the moment we read, we are able to gauge the meaning, we are able to guess the meaning through context. And even if you feel you're not able to completely understand, then after guessing, quickly find out from the dictionaries. You can use online dictionaries, but I would want you people to use hard copies of the dictionaries. Reason, the moment we are looking for a word, we always come across some words, which are at the top or below that specific word we are looking for. So our brain registers those words also. And then one more strategy which you can do from the newspapers or magazines, ask your friend to read a report or any article from it, and then you will note down the important points. Or you can first ask your friend to make a kind of a puzzle for you or a grid for you, okay? And then you can fill those. And that's good. I only read headlines of newspapers, but I think that's not a good strategy. So you must improve. Start reading the whole paper. Even if you don't read whole papers, just read one part of paper or one article. So if you want to clear IELTS, maybe if you clear IELTS, you get a good job in a nice dreamy place of your choice. So that is very important. And reading headlines won't suffice. It won't. So you have to just work a little harder, right? Now, the next thing I would like to talk about is finding your passion. What topics and subjects are you interested in? Do you have a passion for anything? If yes, what it is for? Now, it has been shown that students who read or listen to some English every day, they improve much faster than the students who do not. Find a topic you are interested in and listen to it or read about it. Just now, B Singh asked me, or Bhuvesh also asked me, that ma'am, which books you like? If I'm liking something, it does not mean I'm reading for IELTS. If you like something, it might not be connected to IELTS. That's perfectly fine. Because every time focusing on that specific book will be a boredom, it will be a monotonous job, right? So, read what you want to for some part of the day. Give that time to yourself for your passionate reading. Find a blog which is related to it. Read their articles. Leave comments. Interact with the author. When you're doing all this, you are actually practicing English. When you're reading the blogs, you are practicing reading section because you're reading a passage which you have never read earlier, right? You understand, then you answer the question answers, you leave comments, you interact with others. So this is one good way to come into the interaction or the zone of English enriched environment. And then you can also find different podcasts on your area of interest. Podcast would be those audiobooks, audios which are available on internet. Why not listen to these while you're way to your work or on your lunch break? You have those times when you come back home. We always listen to songs. Be specific about it. Be passionate about it that okay, I have to listen to so and so recording from this time to this time when I'm going home or when I'm coming back. So, when you're utilizing these time, these are the strategies you need to adopt in your life. You have to make a lifestyle change. And if you do that, those little changes, trust me, it will help you in the long run. So, it's not only studying for some days, it's making that change in you so that when roots get changed, when roots get nourished, the tree grows from outside. Okay, so that's the whole idea. I'm trying your trying to grab your attention to, that create that environment of English around you. And how you can do that, we have discussed so many of them, and right now we are talking about read, listen to the podcast of your favorite topics. That is one way you will not be bored. You will like to listen more about it. It could be news, it could be some genre of music, it could be some other agenda of the society. Listen to the audiobooks, listen to the audios which are played, listen to the speeches which are available on Google. When you're listening to that, you're actually familiarizing yourself. And read a blog related to your interest, because if you're reading a blog which is related to your interest, you are giving yourself the practice of reading. So that ways you're indirectly practicing the reading comprehensions. And when you comment below that blog or that video, you're interacting. You might get into a debate with other person, debate in a positive sense, wherein you're challenging each other's thoughts. So this is one way you improve your confidence. This is one way you find your passion and your learning, you merge them, right? So this is one strategy how you can learn English through context. And the next one we are going to talk about is start a blog. Yes, you can start your own blog. That's completely free of cost. One such example is WordPress, right? There are so many free blog sites which are available. Go show your writing to the whole world. Some people have passion for writing blogs, and but the point is, they are not able to express themselves. They do not know where to publish them and whether other people will read or not. They are afraid of those grammatical mistakes. Leave all fears aside. Start your blog. It could be about IELTS. It could be about your passionate topic. It could be about anything on earth. Write something, post on it. Now, there will be some people who would always want to read about your blog, because there are some people who are fond of the things which you might be. So, even if there are mistakes, it's absolutely fine. You can write your IELTS essays, post these on your blog, and then ask other teachers and students to comment on them. You can join different forums on Facebook, on Google, which are related to IELTS, and then you can get into interaction with other people over there. So in short span of time, you will develop that whole good community of IELTS preparing people, students who are preparing for IELTS. And and one good idea is, if you start a blog about your own passion, that's also great, because that way you will be motivated to read about it, to follow up, and to share it with your friends. Now it's so easy to share those links on WhatsApp, on your LinkedIn, Facebook, or Insta accounts. So no matter how trivial the subject is, it could be your favorite cat, it could be your football team, it could be city, your hobby. So even if you're writing taglines, with the pictures, everything has English in it. Everything. So, and if you are interacting with your friends or you're sharing, they will be more than happy to correct your English if you show them to your teachers also. So, one good way is starting a blog. Okay, Mrs. Praveen says, Ma'am, I'm very much fond of reading the books. Magazine, it helps a lot. Yes, very good. If you're fond of reading books and magazines, yes, it helps a lot. And moreover, you can read books of your own choice. That's very good habit. Now, my next tip is how we can improve English. Yes, obviously, we're talking about it. Listening to TED Talks. Now, TED Talks are not only interesting and educational, but you can also choose ones that are common for IELTS topics. Okay, common for IELTS topics means TED Talks about education, TED Talks about health, about technology, and environment. So, what are you doing? You are giving yourself exposure of different ideas. You're expanding your vocabulary. You are listening to a person speak in English for good 1 hour, 1.5 hours, right? You are getting more and more concept clarity on that particular topic. And somehow, when you will be answering those questions which are related to health, education, technology, environment, some could be helpful in your speaking test, in your speaking module, some could be useful in your writing, and if luck is with you, some reading passage can also be there from such topics. So, if you're already aware of that vocabulary, if you are already aware of the words which are being used, right? In that case, it will be very, very beneficial for you, right? Let me see how many others have commented. Okay, great. So we were talking about how TED Talks, help us, and how using TED Talks is an interesting and educational way, but you can choose the common ones. And all these topics are so important for IELTS. So you can just listen to those, you're improving your vocabulary. Now, the point is how to use those TED Talks which are available, or audiobooks or podcasts which are available, right? How to use them. Listening, how they are beneficial for this listening section of the IELTS listening modules. Listen actively. Look at the title before you listen and try to predict what you are going to hear. The first thing, prediction. You are making your brain anticipate what is there. You're imagining that, okay, this is the title, so this could be there. For example, if I'm saying learning English through context, so we can brainstorm upon it that there would be some aspects which are related to English, some which are related to context, and then you try to bridge the gap between them. Similarly, when you are about to watch a TEDx, TED Talk, or you're about to listen, the topic, try to anticipate. Okay, that is how it will help you in, building your vocab also and strengthening your mind. Then, when you are listening, one is called passive listening, where you're just, it plays on and you're picking up something and not. Some you're just dropping. One is known as active listening. So you have to listen actively, pause at different points, and try to guess what you will hear next. Person is speaking something, you pause it, and then you think that, okay, I think he or she would give this suggestion for this particular aspect or issue which is talking about. And then you play that, check whether you people thought on the same lines or not. And if you are on the same line, that would enhance your confidence. And even if you are not on the same line, that will give you a different point of view towards that understanding. So, in both the cases, it's a win win situation because you have your own viewpoint. So, that was not influenced by the speaker's viewpoint. You paused it, you thought about it, you gave your opinion, right? After you had given your opinion, you heard what was her or his opinion. So if it's matching, you get a confidence that, okay, I think like that person who's on TED Talk. And if it does not, you believe, okay, so I have one point of view, I get one more. Both the cases, it's a win win situation. So I think that's one wonderful strategy. I also practice that. Another useful thing I would like to tell you is micro listening. You rewind, you listen again very deeply, in depth. Why? Because you want to understand each and every word, you want to understand each and every sentence, you want to connect the speech and other barriers which are preventing you from comprehension. If you do not understand a word, you look into the dictionary for its meaning. So that's called micro listening. You're listening in depth, you're trying to understand every single thing which is available, right? That is the way you use TED and podcast. Okay. Now, how can TEDs or watching such informative videos improve your vocab? What to do? Listen for the unfamiliar words. There would be so many words which are unfamiliar. Listen to them. Try to guess their meaning from the context, because every word, we all have limitations of learning. Nobody can learn. There are so many students who come to me, ma'am, we have learned 1,000 words, 500 words. What's the point if you are not able to use them in a contextual situation when you're required? But otherwise, the word is asked, they will tell the meaning. Okay, this means this is a noun and this means this. But if you're not able to use in your vocabulary, then I'm sorry, there's no point learning about it. So listen for unfamiliar words and then try to guess the meaning from context. You can also look at the transcripts for some extra help. Yes, they work a lot. And then again, note down the new words together with their definitions, synonyms, antonyms, and some example sentences. The point is, you are connecting everything. You are listening, you're trying to understand the meaning. Whatever you did not understand, you're finding from the dictionary, you're noting it down with examples, and then you're also finding the words which are similar in meaning, known as synonyms, and which are opposite in meaning, known as antonyms. Hi Pachu. Pachu, I was expecting you on time, but you are late to the class. It's okay. We are discussing different strategies of learning English through context, through our environment. And right now, I'm talking about how we can watch TEDx videos which are available on YouTube and listen to different podcasts which are available, and how we can listen actively, and how we can do micro listening, okay, and how we can cover up all those gaps which we have. We can develop vocabulary and how to go about it. So you can catch up, and in the last 5 minutes, I will just quickly revise all the strategies which I have discussed in today's class. So stay connected so that you don't miss them, right? Okay, so when you are watching the TED videos, when you are listening to them, first point of suggestion is listen to the videos which are common to IELTS topic, like education, health, technology, environment. So these are common topic of IELTS, and you can be asked to write about them in essays. Some comprehension passages can be given from these topics, and you can also be asked to speak about it. Words which are related to environment when you're describing your hometown in speaking module 2, the speaking card, which is also called long turn. In that case, if you are asked about, okay, where is your hometown? Describe its climate environment. In that case, you will require the words which are related to environment. So if you've already watched a video of it which contains those words, you will be know, okay, this is the way I can express about environment. Because IELTS books which you refer, yes, they are good, no doubt about them. But that is something everyone is doing. How will you be different from them? How will you be more innovative and creative? So learn English, practice English in context like natives do, because we have to practice and master it as if it's our mother tongue, right? So for that, we need to create a context which is there available for us when we are learning our mother tongues. That's the whole idea. Okay. So, and for that, I just told you how to listen actively, pause, and then try to guess what the speaker will say. If you are in, unison with that speaker, if your thoughts are matching, that will give you confidence that, okay, I also think like a TED speaker. And if that opinion is still different, that's perfectly fine, because then in that case, you get a different point of view for that particular issue. So in both case, I repeat, it's a win-win situation, right? So, how to understand vocabulary, how to develop vocabulary in that case? You are noting down the new words with definitions, examples. You also understand what are the synonyms and antonyms. So, one word is helping you, each word is helping you to learn 3 or 4 new words. So, this is how you broaden, you widen your pool of words, okay? And then use English at home. Now, this is something which I tell my students that you should always use English at home. Most of the people I teach have at least one of their family members who also are learning English at the same time, right? It could be some children at home, it could be adults. Don't think about their level, just talk to them in English. You are helping yourself, so you need to think that I am helping myself. It does not matter that whether it's a child or not. Take that person as an opportunity for you, that okay, I have got a practicing partner. I have seen so many people writing to me on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on WhatsApp that, ma'am, we need a speaking partner. Can you arrange one? There are so many groups on Facebook about which are catering to IELTS. There they are writing, we need a speaking partner from. So, okay. So in that case, if you are finding a speaking partner, my point is first look around yourself. Don't consider their age. Yes, I'm not talking about the little ones who are not able to converse properly, but I'm talking about one person who is able to talk to you in English. In that case, at least you are getting one feedback in return, right? Chat for people, talk to them 30 minutes per day. Small amounts of practices, affect that. You will not need to cram before the exams, okay? And Paju, which list of books do you recommend to study for IELTS? Now, Paju, there are so many books available for IELTS. I would not prefer any one, but yes, Cambridge is one very good edition of books if you want to go for it. And the best part is create your own notes. This is what I do for my students. I create my own notes. I have so many books. So what I do, I choose best of all. I club them. I apply my own strategies with my experience from different videos. There is no one good way of learning. So if I tell you that this is the best book and you just wrote memorize and you will clear the IELTS, I'm sorry. That's not the point. And that's not the way also. Yes, absolutely. You have a child, he reads in fourth class in boarding school. That's absolutely fine. And now I think it's time for me to just quickly revise all the strategies so you will understand that probably there are some which you can pick up. Okay, let me get back to my starting. And just to announce, I'm starting a capsule course on reading from 16 to 20th December, 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. And these 5-day course will include all these topics: familiarizing yourself with the paragraph with examples, mapping the passage with examples, answering the reading questions, the tricks, the tips, and examples, how to attempt the entire passage, and then it will be followed by an enriching doubt clearing session. Okay, so this 5 days course, which I'm going to launch on Unacademy app, is starting on 16 December, Monday, 6 to 7:30 p.m. And if you use code Aastha, you also get a 10% discount on it. So hoping you all to come and join and take the best of the best. And I also have a special class on Unacademy on Sunday, 15 December, 12 to 1. And the topic we are going to discuss is, are vocabulary and cue cards important? So, importance of cue cards and vocabulary. Sunday, 15 December. See you all on Unacademy. Okay. And now I am quickly revising what we have done today. Yes, I feel awkward when I talk in English. Paju, that's the whole idea. You don't have to feel awkward. The point is, the best part is, you know that you feel awkward. You know the problem, right? So if you know the problem, you have the solution. Don't feel awkward. Why do you feel awkward? You have to gain that confidence. Go out, meet new people, go out on book launches. There are so many book launch. Go to bookmyshow.com, find out events happening around your place. Which place are you from, Pachu? I would like to know which place are you from? Which city do you live in? There would be so many colleges around you. Find out where are the colleges. Find out where different seminars are held. Trust me, it works. Find out where book launches are held. Okay, some book fairs. Go there. Listen to the authors talking about their books, deliberating about them, discussing different theories. Okay, ask questions from them. Or when you're sitting among the audience, even. Okay, you're from Nepal, great. So find out about those people, the college area around your place. And I must say, you belong to a very beautiful place. I had a very good memory of visiting to Nepal as well. Right. So the point I'm trying to bring you all at is, you have to create a context for yourself. Today I have discussed good 10-15 strategies. Those who have joined right now can rewind the session. The video will be uploaded within 15-20 minutes. After that, you can watch the live session again and try to incorporate these good 10-15 strategies in your life if you want to really score for IELTS. And this is the difference between 7.5 and 9 band score people. You have to create that environment. You have to create that enriching environment of English wherein you can immerse, right? One strategy, I'll just quickly revise. We have good 5, 7, 8 minutes. So I'll quickly revise all the strategies which we have discussed today. Number one, lyrics training. Songs teach new words and phrases, right? Listen to songs which are there in English language. Why? You will get a practice of listening, number one. Okay. Number two, those songs will teach you new words and phrases. Number three, you will realize where to put stresses, where to link the words, how to pronounce those words, where to give intonation, all aspects of pronunciation which are required for IELTS speaking test. You will be able to cover that. And then you can train your mind to do lyrics training. How? Listen to your song, take a printout, okay, and just rub off some lines and then listen to it again and then try to fill in the fill in the gaps. What are you doing? You're practicing listening. So I am not asking you to go for one particular book because one book is never sufficient. If you adapt to these strategies, daily life strategies, you have to do just little lifestyle change. When you're going to your office or school or work or college, listen to different podcasts, listen to different TEDx, have those music, English music in your ears. Your target language should be around you. In that ways, you are able to create that context, right? Okay. Second, very common thing, surround yourself with English speakers, but try to get some natives English speakers. For that, I just gave one example. Join different chat groups on Facebook, LinkedIn, on WhatsApp. Join different discussion forums which are available. Comment. Look for Skype partners who are available to chat for IELTS. This is a very common generalized way of practicing. Pachu is asking which songs are easy to understand. Pachu, that depends on your level of comprehension. Okay. Uh, Ronan Neating is one good singer. Okay. Swift Taylor, they sing little slowly. So in that case, their words are very clear and easily understandable. So you can go for them. Okay. And you work in office. Okay, that's great. You work in office, you find out the songs and you can write down different kinds of songs, that easy English songs or rhymes which are there in English, okay? Starting with little basics and then going up. So that ways you are giving yourself that exposure of learning new songs, right? And moreover, you have to convince your friends to talk to you in English, and then you can set a time limit also, that let's discuss on this topic and we have 3 minutes to discuss. So find a partner who's equally passionate or not that much but still is able to give you that company. So you can tell that, okay, you just sit in front of me, I would like to talk about my political views, or I would like to talk about my favorite brand, or imagine I am a writer and I want to talk about my favorite movie. Give that review to your friend, and you set a time limit that you have to speak for good 2.5 or 3 hours. Sorry, 3 minutes, 2.5 or 3 minutes, and without interruption. And then see whether you are able to speak continuously for 2-3 minutes or not. Where are you stopping? Are conjunctions, prepositions, nouns, adjectives, determiners, if you think in grammatical terms, are they the problem? Are you lacking in ideas? Are you lacking in your confidence? Where is the problem? You can keep your phone in front of you in a selfie mode, record yourself, and then watch your video how you speak. Are you able to speak with your eyes? Are you able to smile in between? Are you able to raise your eyebrows? Are you able to communicate properly or not? Or you're sitting bland and you're speaking without any expression as if you're a robot. So the point is observe yourself, right? What's trending on YouTube? I just told that I'm just revising. When you go to YouTube, you can in the search bar change the country's name. So write any name of English speaking country, okay? And that ways you can watch a different video every day in that language, in an English language obviously, but of that particular accent. So when you are taking the IELTS listening test, that could be in any accent. So watching such YouTube videos will help you to understand and get familiarized with different kinds of accents which are available, right? So instead of searching for them, this is one good strategy. And if you don't understand the words, write them down, write their meanings, and then you have your own little dictionary with you. Okay? You can also practice by leaving your comments and interact with other viewers. So that is one good way of practicing. Okay? And then I talked about become a movie star. How do you do it? Download the script of the movie, role play as one of the character. All the dialogues should be in English. Okay? Try to copy the stress and intonation of that actor. And yes, I'm talking about an English movie. Okay? Try to copy that. Pick up new words and phrases and use them because you already know the meaning now. You might have searched through vocab dictionary, or you might have guessed it through the context. Use that, role play that character. That is how you are bringing your confidence to a higher level. Okay? And this is how your confidence will increase because we are practicing in front of mirror. You are playing the role of that character in front of the mirror, right? Then read magazines and newspapers. I'm not asking you to read the whole magazine or whole newspaper. I'm just asking you find new vocabulary words. Number 1, try to understand the meaning through context. Read particular section, whatever you like. It could be sports, it could be lifestyle, it could be entertainment, it could be editorial. Ask a friend to read a report from the paper and then you can jot down important points. Or you can read a report, give yourself 10 minutes, and after 10 minutes, revise, recall, and write the important points which were there. What are you doing? You are training your mind. The point is how we learn English through context and how we train our mind. So, these were different strategies I discussed. And see you all on special class on Unacademy, Sunday, 15th December, 12 to 1. On the Unacademy app, the title is Are Vocabulary and Cue Cards Important? And I'm launching a new course on reading from 16 to 20 December. The timings are 6 to 7:30 p.m. And so it's just 5 days course and you get to learn everything. We familiarize yourself with the paragraph, mapping the passage, answering the reading questions, and how to attend the entire passage, which will be followed by an enriching doubt clearing session. So use the code ASTHA, AASTHA, and get 10% discount as well. Okay, so it was great meeting you all here, and see you again sometime very soon. Thank you so much.